I'm making this for Rasco. Let's talk about Luna. Let's look at this Luna chart and let's talk about support and resistance levels. So, what is support and what is resistance? Just to start off, resistance is the level that the price action hits, like an invisible wall, comes to a halt, and it turns around into a little downtrend, downswing, reversal. It's the level where the price gets reversed at, essentially. And support, vice versa. Support is where the price bounces off when it's in a downtrend, a downswing, or just a reversal. A really, common reversal zones, common support zones tend to be the 618 retracement. And you can look at that throughout. There's a lot of charts that will showcase that. Just like right here, 618, boom, retraced. So let's just look at this kind of zone for support and resistance. So we had resistance here. So first, we're coming up right here from first this parabolic move, boom. We hit this box right here. That's the first resistance level. That's the big resistance level after the major parabolic move. And we came down here. All these are little support things, but they're not really strong support. Strong support and strong resistance levels are levels that have multiple touches over a short period or even a long period. So, and key zones can be found throughout big expanses of the chart. If you zoom out and you look like these lines that I have here, the orange and blue and these dotted, these are key support and resistance levels that just go throughout the entirety of this chart. And it's really important to know that support can turn into resistance and resistance can turn into support. SR flip. Both can turn into one another. Support into resistance, resistance into support. Sounds a little bit confusing, but you will get the hang of it. Here for example, we got our resistance right here, and this move right here. This is resistance, and over here it turns into support. You can see right over this 618 fib line that I have drawn here, that I drew from here to here, swing low to swing high. I'll get into that a little bit later, but you can see resistance, and then that resistance then turns into support, because once we break through this resistance level, usually, unless it keeps going, when you get a reversal, it will reverse onto that support or that previous resistance level more often than not. Not all the time, but it is something that happens a lot. So this is a perfect example of where resistance right here, resistance level, turns into support right here. Perfect example. So that would be an SR flip or RS flip, resistance into support. And then support can turn into resistance on the downtrend, right? So right here we have a little bit of up, we're down, we get support right here. There's a blue box, and we went up. We got resistance right here, and if we follow this box over, this lasted for 7 days, right? This little span of time. This is a consolidation zone, this consolidation period, which they're very, very important to know. They happen all the time, and one of the things about consolidation zones is that they can last for any length of time. There's no definitive time limit. There's no set amount of time for consolidation periods. They can last for a few minutes, a few hours, days, weeks. There's no set time. So this is a perfect example. And with consolidation zones, there's only two things that can happen, right? Price is going to go up, price is going to go down, one or the other. And sometimes there are indications or things that happen that will let you know, okay, yeah, the price is about to go up. You know, like if Bitcoin goes up, usually everything follows, right? It's just one example. So we have the resistance level here, boom, and then support along here, and boom, we break that resistance level, which right here we got this wick which touches this support. So right here again, this is, so we had resistance right here turning into support. So that's an example of an SR flip. One example. This is another example. And now keep in mind, these support and resistance zones levels will follow throughout the entirety of the chart. So that's why I have these lines, like I said, drawn going all the way back. Or rather, this is June, so to present day. So again, right here, we have this parabolic move, boom, hit the resistance level, we come down, comes down to this support zone once, bounces off. This is actually an interesting pattern right here. It's a parallel channel. It's a bull flag, but there's two different kinds of bull flags. You get like in the upswing and the downtrend. So that's another video. That's another thing. But so we got support here, and then we go up, and you can see it wicks out right here, resistance, and down, boom, finding support right here. Again, following this previous support zone. So this prior support level is key because it hit it again. It's important. So that is a strong support zone. The more times, the more touches you get on a support or resistance level, the stronger it is, so to speak. Same thing is for a trend line, but so this is something. This is what I would call a strong support level. Now what we're looking for is to break this resistance level. So we got 1, 2, and we're looking for the potential third. That's what I would be looking for right here. So obviously these candles kind of dropped out of this pattern right here. Massive wick down, massive wick. This is it. This is the wick of death. So if you had been in a trade here, you would get knocked out like that. That's what these wicks tend to do. They tend to just knock you out of your trade. All right, so let's lit a couple candles. See if we draw that support level out a little bit further, like I just did, it followed it perfectly. So that is a definitive strong support zone. Even though it kind of went down a little bit, which is fine, but it didn't go, it didn't go like here. It didn't go fully under this barrier, if you will. So the barrier, for all intents and purposes, held. Now this wick, another story. That's just a manipulation thing. I'm not worried about that for right now. But the key thing is it held this support level. Now, as we can see here, yeah, this is what I call the staircase, or what is about to happen is the staircase. It just keeps going. Well, retrace, goes up, retrace, up, retrace. which just kind of forms a staircase. So let us look. All right, so as you can see, we had from the support, and again, actually, here's another example right here. Boom. This is following that support level. So again, here, so you got 1, 2, fuck the wick, 3, and 4. So this is a very strong support level. This is why it's good to do things like this, draw on the charts, draw it out and extend it out, right? So that you have an idea of where the support and resistance levels are. So you can essentially potentially anticipate where the retracement, where the price action may go, right? Because most times, we're looking at this kind of sideways movement. If we just put like a box around this, let's do that. And how long did this last? 43 days. Okay, so this lasted for 43 days. For 43 days, we're kind of, this is actually, I would dub this a consolidation zone, frankly. So actually, yeah, no, this is an example of consolidation zone because we had the downtrend and then we went up, didn't break the resistance, formed a new resistance zone, and we kept going down, hit the support level again, went back up, boom, hit the resistance, got denied, came back down, slowly, kind of just sloping, just chilling, going down, down, down. Had a little bit of a hope, nope, denied, and back down to the support level where its final form took place. Boom, and then we had the pop. We had the parabolic move. So we had the upswing here, and we had the reversal. So if we put a fib on this right here, right, retrace to the 382, which is normal, good, yes. Then a straight parabolic move, going up, 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 boom, we broke that. Just shattered that resistance, just broke right through this wick right here. So this wick is the new resistance zone. And this is the new support. Where is the thing I need? Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, I let that play out a little bit too much. Okay, great, cool. All right, let's play that back. So, boom, resistance, support. All right, now we press play. So, want to see how the candles form, see how. So, we're forming along this support level, but we're also forming a very bullish pattern. So, that was a very bullish pattern we broke out of. As you can see, boom. So this resistance level right here, so here, right here, see how it turns into support. These candles are now straddling along as support, and up here until it finally breaks through. Okay, doubling back. So you can see how support and resistance levels are, right? We go all the way back here. Let's just drag this just for fun all the way back here. So it's kind of yeah, like right here, these candles right here. There's a direct correlation between that and that. So having these as like a general, it's kind of like a general sense of direction, like a compass. You look at it and it gives you a rough idea. Okay, so this is where we went in, and this is where, no, it was over here you got stopped out. Okay, so you got in for 11, I'm just saying 11 thousandths, but whatever the number is. And the stop was 2.5. So the stop was right around here. Okay. So yeah, as you can see right here, after your entry, we're moving up. Boom, this candle forms right on the 618 retracement, the golden ratio. It's an interesting number because it's found throughout nature and the universe. Like, it's a really, really fascinating thing. We'll get into that another time, but it's one of the key retracement levels, which also correlate with support and resistance levels, right? The Fib retracement zones, if I were to, and I will, put it over support and resistance lines on, say, Bitcoin, it lines up almost perfectly every time. It's, I don't say creepy, but it's one of those things. It's really fascinating because is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? Is it because everybody uses the Fib retracement and the support and resistance levels are just come to fruition because so many people are doing it and relying on this particular tool to find their way? Or is it happenstance? Does it just happen? Don't know. But it is really kind of an interesting question, right? So you set your stop at 2.5, which would knock you out right here. And if you were choking up, you were setting a trailing stop with this particular thing, with this particular move, right? So we had the bounce off the 618, and we're kind of climbing, and then interesting, the next candle, boom, find support on the 382, and then just kind of keeps going up. And you would think, oh, it's going to go below that, but placing the fib here kind of lets you know, like, well, all right, we found support on the 618. It's probably going to keep going if it didn't retrace already. All right, found another support level with 382. Even though it's only one candle, you know, strong support is multiple candles, multiple touches. So this is like a minimal support, but still kind of a, you know, an indication. And then we come to this resistance level here, which, you know, we don't have back there. I have so much shit on the charts, I actually lost my train of thought. So ideally, you know, you say you got stopped out at 2.5, totally fine. Go up, so you place your fib here, right? Swing low, swing high. Let's just get a clean chart because this is fucking a little ridiculous. So this is where we're at. So we would stop that around here. Boom, entry down here roughly, or no, a little bit earlier. So as you can see, you put the fib here. We had our pullback right here. This was your ideal re-entry point. the 618. We have this little, the bullish engulfing candle, like a weird shaped bullish engulfing candle, into the kind of sideways movement, forming another bullish pattern. But this was your entry, you know, your re-entry. So we had one touch, two touch, confirmation, then we went boom back up to the sideways movement, sideways movement, sideways movement. And then we broke out. Here's another example. Support right here. Breaks through the resistance. S, R flip. So if we were to put our fib here, we'll be looking for a retracement, 382, 618. Right now, I mean, obviously this is a massive move.